Please welcome the keynote speaker, Imani Davis.
Good evening. When I was first asked to be the keynote speaker at this year's award ceremony, I was both honored and humbled. So first, I would like to thank Sharon, Ms. Nash, and the entire Figure Skating in Harlem organization. I began FSH as a timid and reserved middle schooler. However, like so many of you young ladies, over time, FSH allowed me to really come into my own. FSH provided not only a safe haven, but also a second family for some of my most pivotal and life-changing experiences. From transitioning to high school and college, and all the trials and tribulations that come along with it, to study abroad, and just the day-to-day obstacles that inner-city adolescent youth face today. No matter what I was dealing with, in the years that I participated in FSH as a student athlete, I knew that I always had a support system and a second family to aid in all the aspects of my social and academic growth. FSH provided structure, discipline, support, and maybe most importantly, love. While at the same time allowing me to find my voice and never hindering my personality. After returning from teaching English as a second language in Miami, I jumped at the opportunity to work with FSH this season as a tutor. I was truly awestruck by how much the program had expanded since my time here. To be able to participate in a program that has given me so much has been both a privilege and a blessing. Working with you amazing young ladies who now fill the seats that myself and my peers once filled has been enjoyable and gratifying. Your vivacious and quirky personalities have made work enjoyable. There were always stories to be told, a twinkle in your eyes, and advice to be given. You have taught me just as much as I have taught you. If I was able to give you even a fraction of what I received while I was a participant here, then that is more than I could have asked for. Working here has truly been like coming home. I have been embraced with open arms, encouraged, and pushed to excel. I am still held by the same high standards that I now hold my students to. FSH helped me to have the courage to take chances and risks, including when I began to travel abroad. My first experience was as a still timid high school freshman, traveling all the way to Germany. I have since been to 12 countries and 5 continents. With each new adventure and travel experience, I always somehow managed to come home. Home to my family. Home to the concrete jungle, the city that never sleeps with its great white wave. Home to Harlem with its consoling, gripping, gritty, and inspiring streets. Home. While in Atlanta a few months ago, at a commencement ceremony, the speaker stated, an organization is only as strong as its alumni. This struck me and stuck with me. So, in closing, ladies, I have only 2 pieces of advice for you. 1, I urge you to find your voice and use it always. Wield it well and cautiously. It is the most powerful tool you possess. And 2, travel. Take every opportunity you can, see the world, but in doing so, don't forget to always come home.
So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to the platform our first 2 student speakers. Our first speaker is from the Stars, and she's truly a star indeed, Victoria Locoso. And one of our graduating seniors, Bria Culpepper.
different person. I also hope to lead figure skating in Harlem to the Olympics in the future. My teachers and tutors are very supportive of me. My skating instructor, Mr. Nick, is very funny. He taught me how to do spins, spirals, and backward pivots. Miss Kelly, my teacher, taught me how to handle my money, introduced me to Ella Fitzgerald, and even helped me write a book about the first time I ever skated. I love FSH because I get to make friends, learn with them, and feel their support. I get to support them too. We know how important it is to take care of ourselves, others, and our surroundings. I look forward to achieving my goals and growing as a part of figure skating in Harlem. Thanks to Ms. Sharon and FSH.
Good evening. My name is Bria Carpenter. My journey started at figure skating in Harlem 9 years ago. It has been one of a kind experience. I was that quiet and shy girl that did not say much, or rather known as Faith's older sister. As years went on, I became more proactive, independent, and responsible and mature. I remember being scared to even step foot on ice and doubted my abilities. Little did I know I would become captain of the junior synchro team and win gold at our first competition in New Jersey. I saw a huge change in the way I carried and expressed how I felt. Skating allowed me to overcome such challenges and remain positive. I also learned to take advantage of every opportunity that was given to me. This year was rocky. With the death of my grandmother and my great-grandmother, it was very hard to focus. The ability to graduate on time became a priority, and my dedication was on school. This was difficult, and I was not able to attend skating as much as I would have loved to. However, I am proud to say I will be attending Wesleyan College in Atlanta, Georgia in the fall. And continuing my environmental fashion line. I would love to thank all the staff and counselors and Ms. Sharon that guided me through my years at FSH. And most of all, my mom. I appreciate everything you do. Overall, I remind myself not to give up when life is hard. There is a hero inside everyone. Now I will have my best friend / sister, Brianna Rosado, sing Hero.
There's a hero when you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer when you reach into your soul, in the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fear and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you.
Introducing our second set of speakers to the podium tonight. The first one, she is a pro, and she's also the captain of the Beginner 2 synchronized skating team. And our Ila Epperson. And our graduating senior, Kayla Stewart.
Good evening. My name is Ila Naomi Epperson, and I have been a member of figure skating in Harlem for 4 years. This year, I was chosen to be team captain of the Beginner 2 synchronized skating team. My mom announced it over dinner, and I was very excited. I screamed and cried happy tears. That was my Ila Naomi Epperson, team captain of the Beginner 2 synchro team moment. I had a few challenges this year. In addition to the extra responsibilities and workload of a 5th grade student, I had a knee injury. I had to wear a knee brace for all practices. By staying focused and taking care of my knee, I ended the year on a high note. Figure skating in Harlem is not only about ice skating. We are expected to maintain a B average or above. This year, my favorite subject in the academic program was expressive writing. We learned how to show what we feel in our own writing. We also learned how to engage in conversations about recent events. This year, I went to my first 2 competitions with the synchronized team. Both of them were out of state. We had so much fun skating in professional arenas and riding on the bus. Competing was different because I'm used to skating for an audience, but this time I was skating for judges. All the hard work and extra hours on the ice paid off. Later on in the year, 2 of my friends and I auditioned for the featured skaters. We worked very hard to choreograph our routine when it all came together when we skated as a trio to Get On Your Feet by Gloria Estefan. Another highlight of the year is the annual Skating with the Stars Gala. I had the pleasure of meeting Evan Lyzacek, Miss America, and many other celebrities. It has been a great year full of challenges and victories. I'm looking forward to what next year brings. I would like to thank Miss Sharon, the teachers, counselors, and staff of Figure Skating in Harlem for keeping the program running. We understand all the hard work and you put into this program, and we are very grateful. Thank you, and have an amazing night.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kayla Stewart, and I started figure skating in Harlem at 6 years old. Throughout my years in the program, I'd have to say one of the most memorable moments of the FSH acceptance process is the interview. I remember walking into what everyone now calls the stinky room at Riverbank and seeing Miss Sharon and Miss Denise. I don't remember everything that was asked, but I do remember being asked, "Why do you want to skate?" My eyes quickly lit up, and I responded, "Because I skate around my house with my socks on, and I love to watch skating." From that point on, I had no idea I'd be involved in such an amazingly unique and supportive program for the next 12 years of my life. Along these 12 years, I definitely came a long way, from crying every single skating day my mom left me at Riverbank, which I'm sure Sharon or even my mom will never let me live down. Being too shy to speak to anybody, to saying a speech at the annual FSH Gala in front of hundreds of people. Sometimes I imagine if my future me were to jump into a time machine, the advice I would give myself would be what Ms. Sharon has told me for years. Communication is the key to success. I can truly say FSH has been nothing but a privilege, and I'm thankful for everything they have done for me.
FSH has granted me so many opportunities that has helped shape me into not only what I am today, but who I aspire to be in the future. It was visiting the NASDAQ and ringing the closing bell with Miss Sharon and my fellow skating mates that confirmed my career choice in finance. The opportunity to participate and compete on a synchronized skating team for 3 years has taught me to have resilience and perseverance that I definitely will need as I plan to take the international trade and finance world by storm. Although skating at 6 in the morning on Sundays was not practical for anyone, it has taught me the meaning of commitment. I will truly miss all of my teammates, and I'm excited to see what wonders you guys work up next year. So catch me, Kayla Stewart, in 10 to 15 years on the cover of Forbes magazine as a graduate from Spelman College. And a big part of it will all be thanks to the positive qualities FSH has taught and instilled in me. I'd like to give a big thanks to Miss Sharon, Miss Denise, Miss Jackie, Miss Amy, and Miss Amanda for helping me become the young lady I am today.
All right, while you're being seated, I will introduce to you the speaker of the champs tonight, a quiet, confident young lady, Sana Roper, and one of our graduating seniors, Jordan Ali.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sana Roper. I'm 11 years old and I'm currently finishing the 6th grade. This is my 3rd year participating in figure skating in Harlem. Figure skating in Harlem is an excellent program where the staff helps the students to achieve their goals and where they develop self-discipline. FSH is where we as girls can grow in confidence and become powerful and outspoken young women. It is a place where we feel safe, supported, and where we learn to use our voices. At FSH, we not only learn how to skate, but we also learn many lessons off the ice. My tutor, Miss Catherine, helps me with my homework and clarifies anything I have difficulty with academically. Miss Stacy, our teacher, taught us the importance of saving money and improving our writing skills and inspired us to search for ways to help change the world for the better. In yoga class, Miss Joni taught us to listen to our bodies. We learned how to eat healthy and give our bodies and minds what they needed. On the ice, we were able to put in practice the knowledge we gained in yoga. Through skating, Miss Allison showed me how to challenge myself, and I learned how to perform with grace and confidence. I love all of my FSH classes, but my favorite was with Miss Corain. We were given the opportunity to share what goes on in our lives in a safe space. The most important thing I learned in Miss Corain's class was how to speak up about bullying. I now feel confident to handle situations where I or someone else is being bullied. Thanks to FSH, I now have a voice. Figure skating in Harlem is an awesome program that teaches us to accept ourselves for who we are. With the support and encouragement of close friends I made here, I learned to love who I am. I not only feel supported by my peers, but also by the staff, who are like a second family. I want to thank the staff for making FSH feel like a second home. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Good evening, everyone. I know I can't see, but it's all right. My name is Jordan Ali. As you all may know, I started FSH in 2004 at the age of 8. Just like all of you younger girls, I remember learning how to fall and get back up in order to relieve my fear of falling. Falling became second nature. The more I fell, the more confident I became in myself. Now I stand here before you, 10 years later, more than ready to enter the next stage of life to pursue a career in law at Penn State University. forget the many opportunities FSH has exposed me to, such as the internships and nurturing staff. I'm beyond honored to have a great support system. It wasn't easy making commitments, but because I had a passion for skating, I made sure I was always on time and ready and challenged myself every time my blades touched the ice surface. I will never forget my best of the best skating coaches, Miss Amy, Miss Katie, and Mr. Nick. I'm glad each and every one of you pushed me to either jump or spin, whether I was afraid or not, because you all saw the potential in me when I sometimes doubted myself. My experiences here at FSH have been invaluable. I built another family, from my aunts Hilda, Lisa, Yvonne, to my older sisters that helped shape me. I followed right in their footsteps. Although when Naya, Bria, and Mei-Ling left, I thought I wouldn't have found new friends or sisters. And there Sharondelle was, right there by my side, through every competition, like best friends should. Okay. Now, Harlemites. Leaving the team is the hardest for me. As captain for over 3 years, I've watched all of you develop, both physically and as a team. Okay. Where do I start? Jana, my little sister, always willing to step in and take charge. Flo, there was never a moment when you weren't confused about something. Tahari, never knew the footwork, but you couldn't tell her she didn't. Talia, my sunshine. Similar attitude as mine, but I love you. Sandra and Michaela, you two always knew when to put a smile on my face on my worst days. Kayla, quiet as can be, but on the ice you had a smile that lit up the world. Elias, such a powerful skater. Tanae, you've grown so much individually as a skater. I wish you the best in high school. I all know waking up on Sunday mornings wasn't easy for all of us, I'm sure, but we did it. Just think back, we went from skating in Flushing, Queens till 8 p.m. to Long Island City at the crack of dawn. Every competition, no matter whether we placed high or not, we still had faith and believed in ourselves, and I love you all for that. Harlem Ice has gone from 1 team to 3 in the matter of 2 years, and it's all because of us. As I move forward with the next phase of my life, this will not be a farewell, but see you later. I will return to offer my assistance wherever needed. I will always come back to Harlem Ice. I will make every attempt to assist and represent FSH Alumni Association. I would like to give a special thank you to Ms. Sharon and Ms. Amy. Thank you. Have a good night.
For 7 years. One of my favorite literary characters refers to life's greatest moments as infinite. My year has been full of infinite moments, where everything seems perfect, and in the middle of it all, I feel unstoppable. These moments include when I first landed my double saddle cap, to when I found myself meeting with Justice Kagan in the heart of DC. I believe that through these experiences, I've grown more confident and comfortable with myself as a student athlete. This year required a lot of hard work, not only in skating, but in school. Through competition, I've learned the importance of getting up from the fall and working hard to avoid not making the same mistake again. When trying to land my double saddle cap, I would always fall, because my legs weren't in the right position. At first, it was hard for my body to accept change, but eventually, after months of practice, I landed on one foot. The feeling of accomplishment was unforgettable. I was eager to apply this lesson to other parts of my life, and almost immediately I saw a difference. In my strive for improvement in skating and school, I've learned to accept that making mistakes is a natural part of life. but learning from them is a priceless skill. When meeting with Justice Kagan in DC, I was able to explore a little more of the Supreme Court system and talk about her experiences. It was amazing to interact with a woman of such power. I competed with the Open Juvenile Skating Synchronized Team for a 4th season this year, and it was far from boring. I could always count on my amazing teammates for a practice full of laughter, passionate skating, and a bit of yelling. I've grown emotionally and physically with the 12 members of Harlem Ice. The girls have always been genuine and supportive, and I've shared most of my important moments with them, and I won't forget them. I'm proud of all that we've accomplished this year, but what makes me the most proud is the fact that we can send our seniors off with bronze medals. This year has been exciting, and I would like to thank my mom for everything she's done for me and the synchro team. She was always around to do our makeup and cheer the loudest for us during competitions. Thank you to everyone who has made FSH such a fun and inspirational environment for me to grow in as a young woman. And also for working with me to make this year so successful. Enjoy it.
Harlem family since I was only 6 years old. For over a decade, I have been part of this unbelievable program that has shaped me into who I am today. Over the past couple of years, I have built friendships and relationships with those in figure skating in Harlem. I have learned not only to be part of an after-school program, but a family. Some of my best friends and role models have been with me throughout the seasons. Since the first year I skated on the ice, I knew this is where I wanted to be. Years later, I found myself not only skating in the rink Tuesdays and Thursdays, but waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning for synchro practices in Queens, or running through a boardwalk to make it on time for our practices. Harlem Ice has really been my support system, not only as my friends, but my team. We have gone through so much, competitions, exhibitions, and even scary hotels. But one thing that you all taught me is, it doesn't matter if we win or lose. We were a team that needed some work, but a team. We had something others didn't, passion and dedication. They didn't have Talia, Zenzi, Tanae, and Tahari making us laugh, Florence always questioning everything that was said, Sandra and Akela with their huge smiles at 6 o'clock in the morning, Kayla, the makeup artist, Elias with her crazy dancing, my best friend Jana always looking out for me, and the crazy sleepovers with my half-sister, Jordan. Also, our coaches, with all the hard work they put into us. I hope we made you proud, because I'm so proud of my team. FSH has given me so many opportunities throughout the years. Last summer, I taught an acting class to many of the younger girls in the program. Not only did I teach acting, but I was also an instructor. Teaching, coaching, and participating in the program has given me the opportunity to surround myself with girls that I can now call my sisters. From all of the opportunities offered in figure skating in Harlem, the best one has to be spending time with the phenomenal staff. Miss Hilda, Miss Lisa, and Miss Yvonne, and Miss Bernice have been like a family to me. They were always there for me through my ups and downs. Miss Amy and Miss Katie have been the best coaches I can ever ask for. They never fail to tell me to my face how it is. With their love and support, they made skating fun. With the help of these women, I got through many of my problems, both on the ice and off. I have learned from those who came before me, and I hope I did my part in teaching you something in return. I stand before you as a skater, a leader, a speaker, and an example. These lessons and values learned at FSH over the years will go on with me as I enter the City College of New York as a junior in college. The memories and bonds I have created will stay with me wherever I go. I would like to thank Ms. Sharon, the instructors, and the counselors for allowing me to be part of this amazing program and giving me the opportunity to find myself throughout the years.
I would also like to thank my mom. Sorry, I lost the page. My mother for supporting me and guiding me to become the woman I am today. This moment I know is bittersweet, but I know that figure skating in Harlem will always be a part of me. As I start a new chapter in my life, I will always have the chance to go back and revisit FSH adventures. It has really been a slippery ride, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Thank you all, and good night. And I didn't cry.
Good evening. The first time I heard a graduating student give their farewell speech, I was around 7 years old. The girl, whose name I've forgotten by now, spoke for minutes on end about her experience here and how great it had been to participate in this program. She talked about her friends, the memories she's made, and all the things she'd learned during her years with FSH. Though the speech was nice and heartfelt, the talkative and over-enthusiastic 7-year-old that I was at the time wanted to yell out, "Why are you crying?" Fortunately, my coach was there, so I asked her instead, and she shushed me up quickly. But then again, that was everyone's favorite thing to do at the time. So, disgruntled, I sat and continued to play with my dress and listen to the young lady's speech. In retrospect, now that over an entire decade's passed, and I've been able to make my own friends, memories, and mistakes, I don't blame her for getting choked up at all. Although the motto of FSH is "What can you build on a foundation of ice?" I've often found myself wondering, what can't you build? I mean, if there's one thing that I've learned during my time here, it's that anything is possible. A smart but sassy 6-year-old can be taught the meaning of respect and responsibility with a couple timeouts and post-skating meetings with her, her mom, and whoever she'd gotten in trouble with that day, usually Miss Lisa. An 8-year-old can learn to be independent for the first time when she's placed in a skating class of girls who were 10 and 11 that separated themselves into their own groups of friends and cliques. A 10-year-old can understand the discipline that comes with having to be the protector of her younger sister as they take the M11 bus ride from 108th Street in Amsterdam straight into Riverbank on Tuesdays and Thursdays after her parents stopped driving them to practice. Thanks, Mom. A 12-year-old can grasp the importance of prioritization once going through the Prep program and attending Horace Mann. Is added on to trying to survive middle school and going to skating classes after school. A 14-year-old can learn how to heal after a loss, when she no longer looks up in the stands at her skating shows to see her dad sitting next to her mom. A 16-year-old can learn what it feels like to stop doing something that she loves once her mom tells her she can't go back to skating anymore until her grades improve. And the 17-year-old can mature into someone who finally knows herself and who she is as a result of all these events in her life. If you are under the impression that figure skating in Harlem is just another after-school activity for kids to keep themselves occupied, active, and learning something, you've got it all wrong. This program does not just build strong personalities or future leaders. It doesn't just produce students who go on to great colleges and to do amazing things. This program is about self-discovery. In my college essay, I touched on the experiences I'd gone through, from being a strong and athletic kid to going through 3 long years of becoming very confused and rebellious after my dad passed away. I left the program for a year in anticipation of a recovery in my academics. With the free time I had, that was to no avail. Coming back to the program this year, I learned that it was the structure and support of FSH that's allowed me to discover who I am. My mom always tells me that when there's life, there's hope. And in this past year, I've been able to see how true that statement really is. As the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. But one must first realize that a village can get nowhere, no matter how much time and effort they invest, unless the child is willing to push him or herself. I unfortunately had to learn that the hard way. My dad used to say that you can lead a horse to the river, but you can't force the horse to drink from it. I didn't know that years later I'd be the horse with an entire village of people pushing and shoving me to drink from this river. But with the help of FSH and adults in other areas of my life, I've taken these steps towards change and growth. I'm proud to say that not only have I grown into a more mature and disciplined individual, but one who's learned how important it is to stay focused and to not give up in the face of adversity. My time with this program is something I will never be able to forget, and so much of who I am today is thanks to figure skating in Harlem. So although I leave this program, it will never leave me and will always hold a very special place in my heart. Thank you.
Figure skating Harlem is a wonderful place with nice counselors, good teachers, and a beautiful space. Figure skating Harlem is the place to be. It's very fun, breathtaking, and a part of me. At Figure skating Harlem, I've learned what makes skating beautiful. But it's not our costumes we wear on the ice. It's not our uniforms that fit real nice. It is our ability to work as a team. It is our potential to achieve our dreams. It is our poise and our smiles too. It is how we represent ourselves to you.